A manager, a leader who is always stressed out will not take the best decisions. And it's also bad for the physical health.
Hi and welcome to Lead Well.
Just recently, I have been invited to a leadership training for young leaders. And my suggestion was to talk about the parasympathetic nervous system. Now, the organizer looked at me and was like, how does that relate to leadership? And yeah, he was really hesitant. And so let me share with you what I think is important to understand and why I think it's really crucial for any leader to understand the parasympathetic nervous system. Several episodes ago, I talked about the autonomic nervous system and what it does to our body and what it does to our mind. And let me recap that pretty quickly for you without going into the details. So, every human body, and by the way, also every animal body, is set up in a way that we are meant to live in peace and calm until the point where danger comes around the corner. And usually it's danger in the form of a predator, or it used to be danger in the form of a predator. So the tiger walking around the corner, and we really getting stressed out because we understand, or our body actually understands, this is danger and we need to either run or defend ourselves. And because we need to make that decision in a really short period of time, a fraction of a second, our body has installed something extremely effective for that, and that is the autonomic nervous system. So we have multiple nervous systems in our bodies. We have a central nervous system, we have a peripheral nervous system, a motoric nervous system, for example, and also this autonomic nervous system. And as the name says, the autonomic nervous system is autonomous. It reacts without our will. So it happens without us wanting it or having any impact on it. So whenever we perceive danger, this autonomic nervous system kicks in with something that we call the sympathetic nervous system. So that is the part of us, that is the nervous system in us that makes sure that whenever there is danger, we can run away, we can defend ourselves. And if the danger is too big for us to handle, we actually freeze. And again, if I say we, that includes all of the animals as well. So this really is something that we share with them. Now, I talked about the tiger. Today, tigers don't walk around the corner. However, we have an email coming in. We have the boss walking around. We have a situation where we are overwhelmed because there is so much going on around us. And this puts us into this stress state for much more time than it's meant to be. Because it's meant to be for a really short period of time, just enough for us to get out of danger. Nowadays, we're almost always in this state of mind and this state of brain and body where we are prepared to run and fight, but we actually sit in the front of the computer and just read email. Now, why is this so detrimental for us? As I said, the state of being in a fight or flight mode, as it's also called, is supposed to be very short. And in this short period of time, it doesn't matter if our entire body focuses on running away, which means that it makes our heart beat faster, it makes our muscles be unnerved and fully supplied with blood, it makes our brain focus, and it helps our lungs get more oxygen out of the air that we breathe. So everything is made for great defense or flight situation. But in this situation, as I said before, other parts of our bodies and our minds don't work. So, whenever we are in this sympathetic nervous system state, our metabolism doesn't work. Our digestion is really reduced to the bare minimum. And also our brains, as I said, they're really focused on this one thing, get away or defend ourselves. Now, as a leader, I would want to understand that, because think about it. If I'm in this state of being stressed out, and stressed out is nothing else than our sympathetic nervous system is activated. I can't think well. My digestion doesn't work. It also has an impact on sleep and on my life overall. That is harmful in my private life. But of course, it's also harmful at work, because think about a person that is responsible for important processes, for example. If they are always stressed out, well, they will not take the best decisions. A manager, a leader who is always stressed out will not take the best decisions. And it's also bad for the physical health. I never wonder when I talk to leaders who are really stressed out and really overwhelmed, I don't wonder when I ask them, how do you feel? I always hear the same thing. Bad sleep, and it's either stomach ache or digestive issues. And it's absolutely clear, because that's what's not operating in this stressed out state. And that is why it's so important to understand that we are meant to be in this other state. We're meant to be in the parasympathetic nervous system state, which means nowadays it's referred to as relax and digest. But it's the state that we're supposed to be in the entire time, other than maybe 10 minutes per day, or let's say an hour per day. This is the state where our body can work. And wouldn't you, as a leader, want to be in a situation where your body, your brain, and your metabolism are fully functional? I would want to have the ability to think broadly. I would want to have the ability to remember things, memorize things, learn new things. And I will not be able to do that very well when I'm in a state of stress and overwhelm. And so that is why I'm so eager on letting everyone know there is a way to activate your parasympathetic nervous system. And you probably, when you have listened to other episodes, you have heard me give you examples of little exercises, of breathing exercises, for example, that we covered. This is because those little exercises, and if it's only like half a minute, will activate your parasympathetic nervous system and will activate your ability to not only relax, but really be more productive. Now, why is this especially important as a leader? To understand this autonomic nervous system and the impact it has on you and also on others. Because, of course, whenever you interact with others, it really depends in which state you're in. So if you are stressed, the other person is stressed, there will probably be fight. And if not fight, at least no understanding. Because, as we said, if I'm stressed out, if my sympathetic nervous system is active, I can't really listen. I can't think broadly. And I probably get emotional in conversations because I want to get things moving. I want to defend or run away. So a lot of conflict and misunderstandings in conversations are probably because both parties were in what I would call the wrong state of mind. Now, if you think about it, what can you do to prepare yourself for a day at work? If I know I have a hard day at work, I want to make sure that I do whatever I can to help my body be in a parasympathetic nervous system state of mind as often as possible. So I will do these little exercises, the PQ reps, and I will share more of that going forward. I will give you short little exercises, short little videos where you can then actually calm down, focus on one of your senses so that your brain can relax, that your body can relax. Because it's crucial when you interact with others, when you have to solve issues, it's crucial that your mind is fully functioning. And when you have conversations with others, especially involving conflicting ideas, it's crucial that you both can have that conversation in a real relaxed state of mind. It doesn't mean that you're laying on the sofa, both of you, but it means that you both can look at things without emotions, without the need, again, to defend or to flee from it. That is the only way to actually create a sustainable work environment. A work environment where, yes, of course, there are stressful situations. Make them as few as possible and give you and your employees and also your managers the ability to actually activate their parasympathetic nervous system. So slow down, relax before you have to take critical decisions, before you have to have critical conversations, so that your body and your minds can work well on an ongoing basis. That's what is needed for a sustainable leadership. You need to make sure that you keep your body, you keep your mind productive. And by always being stressed out, by always working on your limits, it will probably not work. So I invite you to have maybe a 2 minutes break every now and then on the course of your day, because it's very good to slow down in between and not only once in a week. And so what I will share with you again is a nice little exercise that you can do when being in a conversation online or in person. You can start looking at the other person's face with really great attention, capturing all the minor details, capturing their silhouette, capturing, in my case, their wrinkles, as if you would take a picture of them with your own eyes. And you can do that at any stage, in any conversation, in any meeting, because it doesn't impact your ability to listen, but it helps you calm down. And so I hope you will try this out, and I'm looking forward and I'm very curious to hear how it works for you. And by the way, for this leadership training, I have decided I'll talk about time management because that's also important, and maybe they will listen to this podcast episode. So may you always lead well, yourself and others, and may you always be aware of the status of your autonomic nervous system. Bye for now.
This was Lead Well. Now, what is the one thing that you're taking away from this episode? Please share in the comments below and do share the podcast with your friends and family, but only if you like it.